Okay, I'm doing the Gary Vee challenge again because I had another thought. I was kind of thinking about the previous video, and I thought, well, let me explain kind of what I was trying to talk about, maybe from a different angle. And that's during the pre-qualification of a mortgage loan, when the loan officer is talking to the client about what kind of loan they want. We generally talk to them about the down payment requirements. So there's some loans that require a zero down, and then depending on the income that we have documented, you know, we've discussed maybe what we would need for a down payment to make a deal work based on your questions and needs, of course, but generally we don't really go into detail about the closing cost. And sometimes, you know, the buyer is thinking all they're going to need is the down payment that we discussed, when really they need to have the down payment that we discussed, and then they also need to consider all of the closing costs, which could be really expensive, and it actually could be more than 3%. And no one really explains it like that. They just kind of say, oh, there's closing costs, they're not a big deal. We'll just roll them into the loan transaction, and the seller will pay. They'll pay them, and it's 3%. It's all good. And then we get down to the bottom of the clock on closing, and we're short $5,000, $7,000 because no one got really clear on the details of the closing costs. So that's why it's a big deal to understand that down payment and closing costs are totally separate. And if you really need to know and you care about the exact amount of money that you want to bring to closing, then of course you need to get clear on the kind of loan program you're going to get from your loan officer, what the down payment requirements are, acceptable sources of down payment, because you just can't have cash, and you can't just borrow it from certain places. Everything is very picky on the down payment, and then the closing cost has to be negotiated or saved or paid for separately. And there is some ways that we can help in that, and we can do a whole nother video on that. But that's what I wanted to explain really today, is the difference between closing cost and down payment. Make sure you understand both of them and how it works in your deal. And email me at robintalksmortgage at gmail.com, and follow me on Twitter at robinspondering, and follow me and retweet my stuff sometimes. Okay. All right. Have a good day. Bye.